Well, also speaking of contrarian betting, let's look at Monday Night Football's game, Brett. The Patriots versus the Jets. Now, Tom Brady's no longer with the Patriots. He's playing on Sunday night with the Bucks, but that doesn't mean that the Jets are being looked at any more favorably than they typically are in this matchup by the sports books. The Patriots are favored by 10 minus 450 on the money line, and the over-under is 41, which I thought was a little low, and then I thought, are the Jets going to even be able to score in this game? I'm taking the Patriots minus 10. I don't think this is too hard of a bet to make, but if you want to be a contrarian, obviously the Jets are who no one's going to be picking to win this game.
No, no one's picking the Jets plus 10. You can't. You cannot back Joe Flacco in this spot. Like, you just can't do it. Maybe you could take the under 41 if you know, want to be really honest with yourself and say, are the Jets putting up 10 points with Joe Flacco? I don't know, Higgins. And the Patriots have struggled to put up some points. No Julian Edelman. So we'll see what happens in terms of scoring points. But I think New England definitely gets this done by at least 2 scores here.
Now, Cam Newton over under rushing yards, 45.5. That speaks to me a little bit as well. I don't know.
You thinking the over there?
I'm thinking the over there maybe. I think maybe he'll get use his wheels, maybe score a touchdown on the ground or two. You never know. If he breaks off 20, it makes that a lot more manageable.
Definitely possible. I'm not sure what I think's gonna happen. I mean, I definitely think that's in play. We saw him run a ton against Buffalo, so I definitely think that's within reason for sure. Who knows how New England's gonna move the ball? I mean, Damian Harris has broken 100 yards twice, but I feel like he's only ran in 2 games. So you never know who's getting the touches in the backfield. Honestly, it could be a Rex Burkhead game, Higgins. You just never know in that backfield.
Absolutely, you're right. The Belichick loves to spread the wealth around a little bit when it comes to running the football. After
Jonas
this
Gray.
After this Patriots Jets game concludes, it wraps up week 9, which puts us just past the halfway mark of this NFL season so far, Brett. What teams are really your favorite betting teams heading into this second half?
Well, I look at the Steelers a lot. They've been strong. They're probably the top team in the league, top to bottom right now. That doesn't mean come the end of the season that's where they'll be, but at this point, Higgins, who's looked more impressive than the Pittsburgh Steelers?
Up until this past week, I would agree with you there. I really like the Seattle Seahawks, but they got stunned by Buffalo this week. I think the spots you want to look at are where it's going to be competitive down the stretch because some of these teams are going to be able to wrap it up a little bit later, and they might start playing a little more conservative in the second half if it looks like they're going to tie up their division and maybe pull their quarterback a little bit early. But teams like the Steelers, absolutely. I still love the Titans and what they're doing this year in the AFC South. And then over in the NFC, the NFC North, I think is going to be decided very late. And I think that's going to cause the Packers to be a very good team to bet on down the stretch, especially how hard it is to play in Lambeau.
Yeah, I think the AFC North is going to be decided late between the Steelers, Ravens, and Browns. And you said the NFC North. I think Minnesota is definitely alive. Dalvin Cook is just running over everyone in that division right now, the Packers and the Lions. So if I was the Bears, I'd be, maybe stacking the box with all 11.
And then you take a look at that NFC West with the Seahawks, Cardinals, Rams, and 49ers. The Niners, who went to the Super Bowl last year, are sitting at the bottom of the division at 4-5 right now, but I wouldn't necessarily count them out just because they've had so many injuries that if they get healthy, that division's still close enough that they could make a run, I think.
Yeah, the NFC West is definitely interesting to watch. The 49ers quarterback play kind of has me thinking They might be out of this one. Arizona's dipped a little bit, so I think it is a two-horse race here between the Rams and the Seahawks, but it should be a competitive race down the stretch. That Seattle defense has a lot of holes in it, Higgins. People are putting up a ton of points on that defense. So Russell Wilson continues to have to be Superman every week, and that's tough in the NFL.
I also wouldn't give up on Kyler Murray yet. He did take that loss to the Miami Dolphins this week, who won 34-31, but I wouldn't be so quick to say that the Cardinals are dipping quite yet. I still have some faith in that team, especially considering they have that overtime win against Seattle in their book in case of a tiebreaker. So who knows where that goes? I think there is definitely some spots for some value here in the NFL, and I think this season has been really, really unique. I wouldn't really expect many more stadiums to be opening up for fans or anything like that to change the scenario to what we've seen in the first half. I think it'll still stay pretty similar to what we've seen so far. But still, as we've said, I would remain cautious on placing your bets until close before games start or day of, just because of the coronavirus.
Yeah, I 100% would agree on waiting till day of to place your bets. That is unless you are able to get a crazy situation like, uh, you think an opening line is just too good to pass up and you're okay with things changing at the last minute. But hold off on placing your bets till game day. And even with that, probably like just a few hours, maybe like an hour or two before that first pitch or tip off or kickoff or puck drop, any other when the first bell rings.
Or when the first tee off happens, because we're going to
ah,
get back and talk about some more football in a little bit. But